What happens when you get a married couple that quit their jobs to pursue their dreams?
You get us, the hassle of hair.
I'm Jesse the Hassle Diaz, a fighter out of Strike Fitness in Los Banos, California. My dream is to one day have at least one pro MMA fight and pro Muay Thai fight.
Hi, I'm Cal, a licensed cosmetologist pursuing my dreams into finishing and opening up my mobile salon.
Follow us on our journey as we search for people that went after their dreams
And became the character in their own movie.
Summer is almost here, guys, and that means pool parties. That means swimming, fun in the sun. Do you guys have a pool? Do you guys need pool service? Or you guys got a pool that needs repairs? Well, our sponsor, Castro's Pool Service and Repair, is the person for you. Give them a call at 209-675-5418. Remember, support those that support us.
Like my buddy actually just recently got a haircut in LA, and he told me, he goes, bro, like I asked him about how, if you decided to move to LA, how would you go about getting a job out there? And he was like, well, the first thing he's gonna look at is your Instagram.
Fuck.
Off the bat is the first thing he's gonna look at, because he told me that he paid like $100 and some for his haircut.
Yeah.
And then he started asking him about me and stuff like that, and he told him, well, what's his Instagram like? That's the new resume, pretty much, which is crazy. I mean, I got it, like with the whole Instagram thing. I feel like I've got it, so.
Especially with freelance stuff.
Yeah.
With barber, with cutting hair.
Yeah, trust me, I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
So, today we have Paco. He's a barber in town, and the reason why I'm having him on is because people have told me his story a few times, and that when he first started cutting hair, he wasn't making that much money, especially in town, and then he picked up his phone, started making videos. And were you on social media before you?
No, I wasn't.
No.
I think I started getting on social media like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
About 4 years ago when I started. I remember taking a social media course through my mentor. Actually, I've been with this dude since like 6 years now.
Yeah.
And from the first course that I took up until the last one I did, I learned a lot and what I was doing wrong in social media.
So he used social media to go from just a average barber, right, to being one of the top paid barbers in town. You're not. Do you know if you're the top?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I am, but I really don't want to sound like I'm cocky, because I really want to at the end of my career, I already have an end game. I want to teach. I would love to open up a school in Los Banos.
That'd be dope.
I feel for these young barbers, man. Like they can't drive to Merced or Modesto, stuff like that. So it would be dope to open up my own school.
Yeah,
and just teach hair, because when I went to school, they didn't really teach us anything.
It's crazy because my wife went to school for makeup and hairstyle and cosmetology. So I met her when she first started, and she already paid the bill, everything. And it's like, for what they teach you in there, it's not worth what you're paying.
Yeah, no, I remember the bill. When I seen that, it was like, but it was a good experience. I'm not gonna lie. Like I almost got kicked out of that school just because of how I would just talk so much shit. Like there was so much stuff that I didn't agree with.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure you're the same way too. Like if you don't agree with something, you're gonna say something,
Yeah.
And that's kind of the reason why I feel like they were trying to get me out of that school.
Cause I know, he's a 16-year-old kid. You probably,
I think I know who you're talking about.
And he I don't think he's saving up to go to school. And it's like, he's already on the way to learning. Like I think about it, when somebody starts that young with fighting, with anything, right? Imagine when they're our age.
Oh, dude.
Right?
He's going to take off to the moon, if anything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can relate to that just because I started cutting hair at 12 and a half, and I'm 27 now. So, and I still feel like I have so much to learn. Like, I'm not done learning. Like, people always tell me, oh, bro, like, your haircuts are dope, this and that. I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But, like, I'm trying to be better than that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like my haircuts could always be better, in a sense, if that makes sense,
So, So, like, what got you into barbering?
Okay, so
before you go into that,
yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say something. Like, it's crazy because when I was doing trying to fight, trying to train, even doing this, I barely realized that it's everything. Everything's the same. If you want to learn something, you just do it. Everything's the same process.
Oh yeah.
I'm not in that hair world. Like, I mean, obviously I don't get haircuts and all that stuff. I didn't know it was such a big deal. I didn't know people were paying $80 for a haircut.
Dude, you'd be surprised. Like I have a lot of friends down like in the LA area, and they're in the same course that I am, and they're already like charging $125 for a haircut, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, and that gives me hope in a sense, but like I don't think that will ever be me, just because I love my career so much that I want to make it affordable for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a sense, right? But the world of barbering is extremely competitive. I mean, I feel like just like anything, right? But it's extremely competitive to like I feel like every barber wants to be the busiest barber in a sense. You know, they want to be the one like, oh, go to this guy because he gets down. But like at the end of the day, you know, I feel the personality is bigger than the skill in a sense, right?
Yeah.
You know, because I know people that go to certain barbers and they just love that person, you know. And that's why I feel like I want to teach that eventually. You know?
It's crazy because I was training somebody, and in the middle of the training, I was just saying, like, I was teaching him, and I forget why he said it. He's just like, he told me, you know, I'm not training with you because of like the way you coach. I'm just training with you because he's a business guy, and he's trying to teach me a little bit about business too, and I'm training with you because of you. Like you could go to anybody for the same thing.
And
right?
that I feel like in that aspect too, like it kind of feels a little bit better than getting paid in a sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh crap, I'm somebody to somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I feel like, you know, that's the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Right? You know, when you make the impact and you touch others and you sin and you kind of like oh, you know, that guy's a real person. You know, he actually wants me to progress in what I'm doing. You know.
And it's crazy because you're probably not trying to be good with customer service. You're just being you.
Yeah, no,
You're
yeah,
just
yeah.
And
It's just me because I mean I've been to barbers myself. I mean I get this a lot. You know, people always tell me, oh, so who cuts your hair? And it's like, well, I mean I have my own barber now, but like back then when I wasn't cutting hair and I didn't know much about the craft, I would go to, you know, other barbers in town or whoever was available, you know?
Yeah.
And most of the time they wouldn't talk to me. They would just cut my hair. They would pause, you know, the TV or whatever and just stop, look at the TV, you know? And like, they would never ask me, you know, questions like, oh, how's your day going, bro? Oh, how are you doing? You know? So I kind of wanted to change that in a sense, like, kind of like, it's more than a haircut.
It's customer service. You know, it taught me a lot about just that in general. And I think it was a good job. It wasn't a high paying job, but Starbucks.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I worked there for 4 or 5 years, and just being able to talk to everybody. And they're big on just talking to people. Like it's not you could get this anywhere, bro.
But it's just the environment, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's pretty dope because it makes you feel like comfortable. It makes you feel like, okay, cool, I'm wanted here. This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
You know.
So how did you get into? So you said you started cutting hair at 12. Like how do you just pick? Like how do you just? I can't because cutting hair is not in my world. Like in my brain. Like I don't. That's not something I'm like. Oh man, I want to shave someone's head. Like when did you know that you wanted to be a barber?
So I was always around it. My uncle would cut his friends up in my grandma's garage. My mom actually started cutting our hair back in the day. Not because she didn't want to take us to barber, just because she just felt like, well, I could do it, you know?
Yeah.
So she would literally get the clipper and just zip bald, done. Bald, done, you know? Until, you know, one day she was like, you know what? I'm busy. You do it. I was like, and back then I used to live in Orloma. I don't know if you guys know where Orloma's at. It's over there by, it's a little ranch, pretty much.
Yeah. There's so many small towns.
Yeah. Do you know that Orloma school? It was a school back in the day. No. Yeah, it's an old school. Yeah, it burned down.
It's still Central Valley, right?
Yeah. It's out there by. Do you know where? No, but it's a small town. Pretty.
Is it 209 or 559?
559. It's in the Fireball area. So I remember her just telling me, you know, just go ahead and do it. I was like, shoot, well, you know, fuck it, you know, because over there at the ranch there wasn't much to do other than either get in trouble or just sit around and just, you know, watch the branches, you know, they let the leaves fall or whatever. So I just started doing it, and
Cutting hair.
yeah, I just started cutting hair.
Your own hair or
Oh,
whose hair?
my brother's hair.
Your brother's
Yeah,
hair?
I had two younger brothers at the time, and I would cut them up, and they were crying. They would sit there and just bawl their eyes, and I told them, I was like, you know what, since I'm just cutting you bald, I might as well just practice. You know what I mean? I'll just practice a fade. 2 hours each, just sitting there bawling their eyes out. Just, I'm done. Can you just come here? I'm like, no, let me practice. Like, shut up, let me practice. You know. and it's crazy because my mom would always tell me, how do you have patience for that? I'm like, I don't know.
You just love it.
I just loved it. You know.
Yeah.
It clicked, and it's crazy because like even getting into high school, I got more serious. You know, I started to actually charge. You know, and back then, it's crazy because like I idolized marijuana a lot back then. Unfortunately,
it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just it's bad when your money goes to all that. You know.
Yeah.
So I would tell people, hey, come through. I'll cut your hair. Just smoke me out. You know, whatever. I'll smoke me out. You know.
How old were you at the time?
When I started doing that, I was like 17 and a half.
And were you getting good grades at all?
No. I was getting C's and D's. D's. I was like a D average student. I'm not gonna lie.
It was just hair. You just loved hair.
Yeah.
You loved cutting hair.
And it's crazy because even in high school, I had a job. I had a job in high school. Like I was shipping for one of my friends' shipping company.
Yeah.
Right there in Dos Palace. And even after work, I would get home and I would still cut hair. I would get off like at 10 o'clock and people would still hit me up for haircuts. I was like, well, if you're down, if you're down to come through right now, I'll cut you up. And it did not feel like work at all. It was weird. Like I was just down to do it, you know? And it was crazy because even my mom was, aren't you tired? I'm like, yeah, but I mean, like, this is just hanging out with my friends. You know, I'm just, you know, having a conversation, just, you know, cutting, you know? And at the time, I think I was charging like $5.
Yeah.
If that, you know?
And how many people a week?
Probably like 6 or 7.
Okay.
You know, and then after high school is when it took off, man. After high school is when I started actually doing it full time, and I would work in the fields, and I was also a truck driver as well.
God damn.
Yeah.
At 18?
Yeah, I was it wasn't a semi or anything, but it was a box truck, and I would.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that I'm saying that you were driving fields and cutting hair. Yeah. Did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated. Yeah,
okay.
I graduated. Yeah. So after high school, I did the whole field. I did everything, the whole field. Did the artichokes. I did bell peppers, the weeds. You know, when you weed out the. Yeah. It's freaking,
just cutting weeds.
Yeah, cutting weeds all day, pretty much. And I would still get home and I would still cut hair.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was still. I would literally be home dragging my feet, and my mom was like, "Are you still gonna cut hair?" I was like, "Yeah." People are hitting me up for haircuts, so why not? It's money.
Yeah.
You know, and even then too, like I thought back to, I was like, damn, like I slaved myself that much. But it's weird because I feel like you have to go through those things to appreciate it, you know? You know, because like now it's like I tell Miguel all the time, like, dude, just take your rent. Don't take my job away. Just take your rent. Like I don't want nobody messing with my job because I love my job that much. You know what I mean? And of course, you know, there's days where I don't want to do it. I mean, I'm sure, you know, you're the same way too. I don't want to get up today. But, you know, you somehow, some way, you just find yourself out the door, you know?
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man.
At the time, so another reason why I wanted to have him on, because he said he was 320.
Oh, yeah.
You're 325 pounds at that time?
I lost, I want to say about 100 pounds getting into junior year because my doctor told me if I don't lose the weight, I'm gonna get diabetes, I'm gonna get cholesterol, and that shit scared me because I have a lot of family members that suffer from obesity and diabetes, and I didn't want to.
So that work ethic didn't start. It started after you lost the weight.
Yeah. It started after that. I started working out. I went to the gym at there in Dos Palace. Yeah. That small little gym. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called The Gym, actually. You won't miss it. Yeah, you won't miss it. It's called The Gym. And I remember going there, and I remember I had a couple friends that would come through, and they actually motivate. Hey, come on, let's go to the gym. And I'm like, oh, fuck, all right, let's go. And I actually fell in love with it. Like, I would go like 7 days a week, like until I hurt myself.
I always find it crazy when a teenager's that big. Like, what caused you to be that big? Was it the eating?
Eating.
Like fast food every day?
My mom used to work at McDonald's.
Oh, she used to work at McDonald's?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she would bring home the McChickens,
Yeah.
you know, the McDoubles and all that, and the chicken nuggets, the fries every day. You know, she didn't mean to, but it was just because it was free food. You know, and
Yeah.
you know, was someone gonna say no? No.
Then
I
you
want
had
that.
you had 5 brothers, right?
I have at the time I had two.
2?
At the time, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, free food. I remember like we used to go to because how old are you?
I'm 27 now.
27. I'm 30. It's probably the same. Like in the 90s, they used to have 10-cent hamburgers.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So they used to just bring it back. It wasn't like we were living in the 60s or something. But the McDonald's would do a special like one day 10-cent hamburgers, no cheese, just burger.
Mm-hmm.
And ooh, my mom would load up.
Nice.
We'd have them for like 3 days.
Oh
Like,
shit.
but fast food was growing up. Fast food was like a staple from when I was born to probably like 14. Like it was just fast food.
Fast food, yeah.
Fast
Likewise,
food, fast
likewise.
food, fast food.
I remember growing up too. I remember my thing back in the day was Carl's Jr. And so I one day just had a bad burger and never been there since.
Really?
Yeah, I used to love Carl's Jr. Man, like that was my thing.
So was your mom still working at McDonald's when you started losing the weight?
Yeah, she was still, and she was like, "Why aren't you eating?" And I'm like, and I don't want to tell my mom no because when we told my mom no, it was like, why? And I gotta give you an explanation.
Yeah.
And then like obviously she would always try to just eat. Come on, like it's food. And I'm like, I'm good. I'll make myself some egg or something, you know. And I was just that fear, right? That fear of just having taking the insulin every day was just scaring the crap out of me. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm good.
Yeah.
And so I think the leanest I ever been was 180.
Okay.
I'm 250 right now, only because I'm powerlifting.
Yeah.
Only because I'm powerlifting and
At the compound?
at the compound.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
shout out the
giving a
compound.
shout
Shout
out.
Miguel. Yeah.
Well, so you lost the weight, and I feel like that's what like got the work
Yeah.
ethic in,
Mhm.
you know, and like you got back on weight, you're feeling good, and then out of high school you're working like crazy. Like when
Like-
do you? How long did you know until you want? Did you know you wanted to do it as a career?
No.
No.
I actually after high school, I did those jobs for the summer. I actually went to college in Sacramento for graphic design and computer science or something like that. Something to do with computers. It's been so long that I can't remember. But I dropped out because I couldn't find a ride to go back and forth every day. So I had to do online classes, and that was even shittier.
Yeah.
That was just more shittier than the actual driving itself, because I wasn't learning anything. It was just literally nothing. So I dropped out of that. I told my mom, well, I think I'm gonna go to work. And she's like, well, do what you have to do. Like, my mom was never against me working. That was the thing. My mom would always tell me, like, well, if you're gonna not go to school, I need you to work. And I somehow, like, my mom never had to tell me that. Like, I knew I had to like do something, So there I was, just trying to make ends meet, and dude, it was hard. Like, it was
But
gruesome.
It's not that I don't like, that's cool. Like you did that. That's hard work and stuff. But it's just, that's what, like, it doesn't upset me, but people don't realize, like, when you live in the Central Valley in these little towns like this, there's nothing else.
There's nothing
so
else.
So if you want to drive somewhere, if you want to get like an education, like you have to go drive somewhere and then finding a ride. Los Baños didn't have a junior college for a while. So you'd have to go to Merced, and that's about 30 minutes, 45 minutes away. There's one bus like 3 times it goes to Merced.
And if you missed those buses, you were kind of screwed.
Yeah,
You're kind of screwed. But yeah, man, it was tough. But I mean, I didn't care. Like, I knew I had to go through all the motions to get to where I wanted to get to. And until one day I got home from and I'm never gonna forget the summer. I went to work at the bell peppers. That thing is so hard in your back, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're just literally picking bell peppers all day, up and down on your back. And I remember getting home that day, and there was a whole line outside my house. My mom was like, "Yeah, they've been here since 5:00." And
For you to cut hair?
yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
and I didn't get home until 6:30. My mom was like, "Yeah, they've been here since like 5, dude." And like, in this hot weather, like, yeah, they've been waiting here.
How old were you at the time?
Oh shoot, that was 21, because I remember I started school at 22. My barber school in 22.
And how did they figure out? How did they know about you? Just word of mouth?
Word of mouth.
God
Yeah,
damn.
because I had a lot of friends at the job that I had, and they were always like, "Oh, go to him." So even like my friend's dads wanted haircuts from me, and I was like, shit. Well, if I mess them up, tell them it's $25. like
Yeah.
like I didn't. I'm not trying to just cut them up real quick. And no, I'm actually trying to do an actual good ass haircut, And that was back then. I didn't know much about it until that day. I got home. It was like 6:30, and I started cutting. I went inside, washed my face, changed my clothes or whatever, and I grabbed my stuff. I set up. It was like around like 7 o'clock when I started, and I didn't get done that day until like 3 in the morning, dude. And my mom was like, "You're still out here?" And I'm like,
Were you guys blazing all day? Or
Nah.
Blazing. I don't even know if people say blazing anymore.
No, because if I would have got my ass chewed off if I would have done that. But I mean, after I did, after I got all that stuff done, I did. But
was that a moment where you knew?
This is where the idea came from, actually. The light bulb.
Yeah.
It signifies like the idea of me actually going to school. Like, oh shit, like there's a saying in Spanish, se me prendió el foco, like meaning my light bulb turned on.
Yeah.
And I told Mom, "Yep, I know what I want to do." So I remember that week, I got fired from that job. Actually, I got fired from that job because I remember I showed up to my to that person that gives the rides, and she's like, "Oh, well, we don't need you no more." And I was like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, we don't need you no more. So you're pretty much done." And I was like, "Shit." And I remember going home, and Mom was like, "What? I told you not to fucking give me this whole, lecture about like I had to be responsible, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Yeah, I know, Mom, I know." And so that motivated me more to like just cut hair full time. So I did. I was cutting hair full time, and I remember that summer that season I went to work at Morningstar because they fired me. So I went to work at Morningstar because they needed help. So I saved enough money to get a car, and I started school in November of that year. November 17th of 2015.
So you were cutting hair on the side?
Yeah, on the side.
And going to school?
Yeah. And going to school was another story too. I went to Paul Mitchell in Modesto. And I had to leave the house at 7 in the morning, be there by 9, and 9 to 4. Yeah. And I would still get home to cut hair. Damn.
And so you were just going to school were you just going to school for your license?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to do 1,500 hours.
So were you learning anything over there? See, that's what.
Yes and no. Yeah. Yes and no. I learned how to perm hair. I learned how to dye hair, but I did not know how to fade. That's the weird thing. Yeah, that's the weird thing is that they don't teach you how to fade hair. It's weird, but like I learned how to dye hair. I learned how to cut women hair. I learned how to perm hair. I even learned how to do a freaking scalp massage. but like, I remember telling my instructor, because me and him were pretty cool. I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to do this. He goes, dude, just do it. Like, this is part of the curriculum. Like, you have to do it. Like, you have to do it for your state board.
Here, pay $10,000. We're going to teach you how to massage.
I paid $17,000.
God damn.
And it's more now. It's like, I think now it's at 22.
It's a fucking scam,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I like.
Well, it's because you're paying for the name. Like, Paul Mitchell's a name, and that's kind of why I want to open up my own school, because it's like you guys are charging an arm and a leg to teach these kids nothing. You guys, because
look, you're not even using the Paul Mitchell name. You're using Paco, your name. Exactly. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I know. And but one thing I will say though is that they do get you ready for your state board test. That's one thing I liked about that school, is that they actually force that freaking book in your freaking head, and it helped a lot. I passed my state board test with one shot. Yeah. And it's crazy because like when I got my license, like I felt a shift in my life in a sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I felt like, okay, now I know what's next. Now it's grind.
Yeah.
It's grind time, baby. Like it's go. And it's crazy because my cousin knew this barbershop in town that was owned by his friend in Fireball. And I was actually there for 3 years cutting hair. And I knew if I would have started in LB, I would not be here right now talking to you. Like, I knew that for a fact because there's so much competition here. There's so much barbers here in town that I knew that it was going to be hard for me to establish.
Old generation, new generation.
Yeah, so I told myself, okay, let's just use this as a stepping stone. So I that's what I did. I started working at Augie's barbershop in Fireball. Shout out Augie. That guy actually taught me a lot about the game. Like, he taught me a lot about taxes, taught me a lot about, you got to be patient with these small town people, because they don't know, coming from Modesto to Fireball is completely different. So He taught me a lot, and I was there for 3 years up until I got a spot here in Los Banos, right there at Manuals. Shout out Manuals, by the way. Right there by Ross. I don't know if you know that shop right there. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was there for about 10 months up until the shop in Ice Street opened up. And then the owner hit me up and was like, hey, bro, I'm looking for barbers. You fit like the work ethic that I'm looking for, et cetera. And I was like, well, shit, you know, how much is rent, et cetera. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And I mean, of course, you know, changing shops is freaking hard. Because I mean, even leaving Fireball was hard for me. Like leaving Fireball was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, just because I was so comfortable. But that's what I was scared of.
And when you leave a shop, do you feel like you're disappointing the owner?
It feels that way.
Yeah.
It feels that way, but you kind of have to like put that in the back of your head and like kind of like just talk to him like, hey, you know what, like I want more. This is not like not no shade towards you or anything, but this is not what I want. Like I want more, you know. And I remember that day too. Like I was cutting hair at in Fireball, and I remember just looking around. Like I was like, damn, this is really it. Like I want more. Like I want more. This is not enough for me. Like I want more. And I took that hunger and I brought it here. And I'm sure you heard the stories. Like I wasn't really known here in town. I was a new barber, and it was really hard to establish my name here. It was really hard just because I worked amongst 10 other barbers in that shop that I had started at here in town. And just getting started was difficult because nobody wanted to give me a shot there, and it felt like all over again in the sense like of starting at Augie's, because no one wanted to give me a shot. Nobody wanted me to cut their hair, and it felt like that all over again. But I was like, nope, I'm not gonna.
You just kept on showing up.
Yep, kept on showing up every single day up until I finally started getting people. And even to this day, man, like I'm still trying to build up. Like I'm not done. Like my mom always tells me, oh, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Like the man that you became. And I always tell my mom, I that means a lot to me because it's my mom. But I always tell her like I'm not done. Like I am not done. Like you like I have all my ideas written out and my plan written out, and I am not done.
Yeah.
Like there's more that I want to do, especially in a town like this. And I've seen that interview you did with Gabe, and everyone is focusing on Los Banos now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone is focusing on Los Banos. So I could just imagine what it's gonna be like in 5 more years. You know what I mean? And that's when I want to open up a school.
A school.
Yeah. I feel for these young barbers, man. I really do.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy because you're at that point, like you're doing good.
Yeah.
Like you're doing great, right? But you're at that point right before it's go time, where your life's gonna change.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to make money doing what you're doing, and then having a name, but then like expanding.
Yeah.
Right. Expanding.
Yeah. And it's crazy because like I try to like project these ideals onto other barbers, and some don't really listen to me, and they always like not gonna ask, whatever, bro, just work. And I'm like, no, bro, do it this way. Nah, bro, it's cool. I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I honestly stopped trying to like cast these ideologies on other barbers, because like I get it, you know, like they want to do them and they want to experience these things for themselves, which is great, you know. And I'm always gonna be here to teach, you know, just because that's where what I want to do. And
these ideas, are they social media ideas?
Social media ideas, expanding ideas, branding, even starting off recording, because I mean as a barber it's hard to put yourself out there.
So tell the listeners, or tell me.
Yeah.
I never know what to say. But explain, like, you went from being an average barber, right? And then when did you decide, you know what, I'm going to start putting myself on social media? Like, how did that happen? And what year?
2018. 2018 is when I officially started putting myself out there. And trust me, man, I don't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
I had no idea behind anything. I was just doing it just to see what happened, what's stuck on the wall, you know? And trust me, man, the comments were not pretty. They're not pretty. Like, oh, you should stop. This sucks. Blah blah. I mean, I got it all, man. But I mean, it's up to me to like not listen to that, because at the end of the day, you know, you just turn your phone off and boom, done. I'm not gonna listen to this, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so
you started posting.
Yeah, I started posting, and still to this day, man, I'm still trying to generate these views. I'm still trying to generate myself out there, and it's crazy because I started getting like 60 views, 70 views, even 10 views at first actually, and now I'm averaging out at like 4,000.
Damn.
Almost. And then like I just recently had one that hit like 20K.
Yeah.
And it's just consistency, man. That's all it is. And figuring out what works. See, for me, it's not just posting a video. That's it. Done. No. Why did that video do good? Why did that video get 4K views? For me, I broke it down into the first 3 clips, the end result, and the cover photo. If those 3 are on point, that's the reason why it worked.
So when you're doing this and you're starting to put yourself out there, were the barbers around you doing it?
No.
And how did they react?
They all seen it as like a waste of time.
Yeah.
because like I get it, you know, the more people you cut, the more you get paid. You know what I'm saying? But in my head, I'm like, okay, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna work on my business as I'm cutting hair.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, you know, you're not just cutting hair, you're also projecting these what is it called, promotions on yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't care for it. You know what I'm saying? Like they straight up knocked it down or whatever. And now it's crazy because now I'm getting messages, oh bro, how do you do your videos now? How do you do your videos, bro? How do you do your videos? And I'm like, bro, like it's simple, just start doing them.
Yeah.
Like it's that simple. It really is. Just start doing them. Like it's not like rocket science. It really isn't, you know.
And what inspired you to start putting your stuff out there?
One of my friends that I met at a class in San Jose, his name is Joseph. Shout out Joseph. He works at Interlock, and I started seeing his videos, and I started seeing the results that he was getting and all the business that he was getting. I was like, shit, bro. I messaged him. I was like, hey, man, like, I see your work, and how did you do it? He goes, bro, just start freaking doing it. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's just do it. Figure out what works, and we'll figure out what doesn't work. See, figure out what sticks and what doesn't stick. If that doesn't stick, don't stop doing that. And just do the things that you stick. I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen on TikTok about these.
I hardly go on TikTok.
Well, there's just
I post my stuff, but then I don't even
get
go.
off of it. Yeah. I mean, I get it. You get stuck on there, but there's these creators that will do the same freaking video over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen those, right? And it's crazy because they know what they're doing. That's the thing. And people think, oh, it's the same video. It's the same video. No, it's not the same video. That's what works for them. That's what's getting them the views. That's what's getting them results.
What do you mean by same video? Like the same style
the
or
same
the
style.
same
No,
video?
like literally almost the same. Would you say the same video almost? Yeah. Like it's almost identical, you know. And it works.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You could you could post the same video over and over again every 2 weeks, and you'll generate even more results just because that's what works for you.
Yeah.
And they want to see more of that, you know. And it's crazy because once I found that out, oh, dude, it took off. It took off, man.
Yeah.
And like,
why do my question is like, why is it such? I mean, I don't think you probably have your view on it, but why is it such a bad thing? You know, why like when you start doing, like, say people see that you're online, you're getting a presence, and you're starting to get views, and it's working. When it's not working, people are hating. When it's working, people are hating. I don't understand.
I don't get it either. I think it's a stigma of like, oh, he's from the same town as me, and he's doing it. Like, what the heck? Like, if it works for him, it should work for me too. But then then it's crazy because then they start copying what you're doing, and then it doesn't work for them. They're like, oh no, and then that hates it. That projects hate even more because like, what the hell? Like, why is it working for him but not for me? It's because I found out what works for me, bro. you know what I'm saying? Like, like you literally gotta find your niche. And again, it's crazy because like Gabe is honest with me when he told me that, bro. You gotta find your niche. You gotta find that target audience. And I know what I'm targeting: barbers.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I'm in this game of like trying to impress other barbers, but I'm not. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know, because once you try to like better other barbers, it becomes a rat race, and you don't want that because you want to become your own self, and you want to like how was I looking for? You kind of want to like I said before, you want something that works for you instead of like what everyone else is doing. You know, you can deadass do some, like for example, like I've tried a video that worked for somebody else, and it did nothing for me.
Yeah.
Like deadass, it did nothing for me. the person that I tried copying, it did like what 500,000 views. For me, I only did like 100,000.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
And do you ever like just sit there and like
what the fuck? yeah, no. I
Yeah.
and it's a constant like a constant like mind like why the hell isn't my freaking videos working? Like it makes you almost want to quit.
yeah.
You know, but I mean, I guess that's what separates yourself from the crowd, right? Is if you just keep at it and keep going, and you know, see what happens. Because I myself like write every video down that I post. Like every 24 hours, I go back to okay, how much views does it get in 24 hours? Did this work? If not, okay, I'm not doing that again.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it's a whole science to it.
Okay, I need to start doing that.
Yeah, it's a whole science to it.
But I know I'm not saying, but but being organized with this, because like me, I'm like all over the place. This is why I do a podcast, because I love listening to everybody, right? So
Yeah.
it's like when I'm posting my videos, there's no like rhyme or reason. It's just like I barely like last week I started editing them. Gabe told me, he's like, dude, you got to repurpose the podcast and just make different videos. And the one thing that the hardest part about all of that is time.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's crazy you said that, because I myself have a hard time trying to figure out when am I gonna edit these videos.
Yeah.
And I have tons of them now. It's like to the point where like I can't even count anymore. Yeah. It's a shitload of videos.
But I didn't really like some of the stuff I've been posting has been from months ago. Months. And I barely started like family videos.
Nice.
That I would put on Reels. And it's like I have all this content of just us hanging out. Like, why not just post it? You know what I mean?
And it's crazy because like a lot of people don't know that it could literally be any video. It could be any video, and that could just be the one that just make you Instagram famous. Or no, I'm being serious. Like it's dead ass like that. Like you just never know what video is gonna make you famous. That's the thing. It's crazy to think that.
But with people like you and people like me, I'm just saying like me, but like, but people that are, you're not just trying to be an Insta model. Like you're trying to do something that you love, your passion. Like it's cutting hair. And
it's crazy because like back to like the story when I was cutting hair, like I didn't know I wanted to do this. I wanted to be around computers. I wanted to be around technology. Like that was my thing. Like I wanted to be around that type of stuff. But then, you know, like I said before, like I got home and I started cutting hair, and boom, there it was. Like I found my niche. I found it, and it felt so good to like finally find something that's mine, that's tangible, that I can actually see every single day. You know.
And with cutting hair, you found your old passion of computers and technology.
Yeah. Like now I finally had enough. You know, what's crazy is like I told my girlfriend the other day, I was like, dude, I finally have a freaking MacBook. Like I coming from like those cheap like laptops, like I want to say I had like 6 of them, and like finally, you know, I finally have a freaking MacBook, and Gabe will tell you like, oh yeah, he finally got it, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because with fighting, I just did it because I loved it, and it was something to do, and it helped me with my life. And martial arts, not fighting. But my first passion was this. Like, I loved like watching like interviews for sports.
Yeah.
Like them sit down with the athlete and talk to them and hear their story. Like that was like my dream to have. That's like dope. Have that, right? That's dope. So I'm fighting, and same thing happened to me. Like, well, the pandemic happened, right? And then I built this, but this was my first passion. I'm barely realizing that. Like, and I feel like technology has been your passion, and because of that, you're booming.
Yeah.
So when did you pick up a camera?
Gabe.
Gabe?
I met Gabe.
When did you meet Gabe? Gabe is the photographer, director guy that I had on 2 times already. He does commercials for Los Baños and video. Yeah, if you guys don't know.
I met him when I was at Manuals. It was like 2018. Yeah, 2018 when I met him.
So he was like 16.
He's still in high school, man. And I remember hitting him. I remember him commenting on my videos. Damn, bro, like you push these out so fast. And I'm like, yeah, I try. You know, trying to be cool, whatever.
He's all like a 16-year-old. Oh yeah, hype.
Yeah, I'm trying to be cool. But I remember, you know, and finally I told him, hey, bro, come through. Like I'm leaving the shop, and I would like, you know, you to do like a video for me, and if you want, I'll give you a haircut. You know, he's like, oh, I'm fucking down. You know, he was so excited about that. He was so excited about that, and I admire it, and I told him straight up. I mean, when he got there, I was like, bro, like, this is your chance to market yourself. Like, just because you're doing a video for me doesn't mean you're stuck with me. No.
Yeah.
Ask around. Go ahead. Ask David. Ask Manu if he needs videos. Like, dude, like, branch out. Like, I'm not trying to like have you stuck to me. Like, no, do your thing. Yeah. You know. So I remember that day he came through and he showed me his camera, his old gear, his backpack, and everything. It's funny. And he got to work. I told him he did. I remember him asking. He goes, "Is there a specific video that you want?" And I was like, "No, do you?" And I seen his eyes glow up like I seen his eyes glow up. I was like, "Yep, do you? You got this. Like, capture the moment, capture everything, you know." And I remember he showed up with his drone, his little tripod, and his camera and everything, and he started getting to work. And then ever since then, man, me and him been pretty close. I literally talk to that guy every single day about cameras. Damn. Yeah. And then he told me, he goes, "Bro, get this camera." And I was like, "Bro, like, one of my clients actually saw it. Bro, buy that shit." And that day I bought it. My first camera was a Canon T6i or something like that. And to this day, he makes fun of me. That's cool. It's cool. You know, it's Gabe.
The first time I met him, he was talking about cameras. He said, "Yeah, there's this barber in town that got this camera. I mean, his camera's weak, but mine's
yeah."
Better." He's all. Yeah, I taught him about cameras. Now he's always blasting himself out there that he has the best camera or something like that.
Yeah.
Or we were texting him, like, you were talking shit. And then, like, look at my camera. Look at this dope thing. He's all, "Get out of here."
Yeah. And it's funny because like me and him off the bat, we clicked. Like, we knew that like we liked the same shit, you know. So like, I knew I could poke at him and he could poke at me back. So like, that's kind of why I'm like, "Hey, bro, your camera sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Mine's better." But
dope.
Yeah, it all started with Gabe. It's crazy. Like it all started with him with my camera. You know.
How weird was it for you to, like, the 16-year-old kid?
It wasn't weird for me at all.
No, you just saw a camera.
I just seen a kid with an ambition and a camera.
Yeah,
and that was it. That's all I seen. I didn't see an age to it. I was like, dude, like, you're gonna go far. Trust me. And look at him now. Like, he's doing freaking videos for Colichis and freaking Gilroy. Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, whenever I go to eat, I'm like, oh shit, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, you know? It's nuts, man.
It's crazy how much he's grown and stuff like that. And, like,
so when did the switch go from you having him do the videos to you doing them yourself? Because I see all these videos, these barber videos, like, I see too much. You know what I mean? Like, all these lights, all this.
So at first, he I asked him a question. I was
too much edits, by the way. Too much. Yeah.
No, I asked him. I was like, "Hey, bro, so what camera should I get?" He broke it down to me. He's like, "You get this one." But I was like, "Oh, but I have my phone. Is it?" He goes, "Oh, bro, don't even buy that yet. Just use your phone until it runs out of memory." Yeah. And of course, my freaking phone ran out of memory. Go to iPhones.
Yeah.
So once I ran out of memory, I was, "Hey, bro, I'm ready to buy a camera." He goes, "Okay, go buy the camera. I'll show you how to use it." And that day when I bought it, he came through. He goes, "Okay, use this setting, blah blah blah." And once I learned that, I told my bro, like, just know you taught me this. I would have never known this if it wasn't for you. Because I've tried learning about camera stuff of my own, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is like foreign numbers. Like, this is like a different language to me." Yeah. But he actually broke it down to me and actually explained it to me. Okay, this is what this does, etc. Blah blah blah. Now I actually sold that camera and I got a better one because off his recommendation. It's crazy because like I said before, if it wasn't for Gabe, I would have never just started this whole camera thing. Like, you know.
And then when did you start noticing, like, a difference?
I started noticing a difference probably around the pandemic.
Yeah.
Pandemic, man, is when
that's when everybody went to their phones. Like, your grandma, your uncle, your Theo that didn't even have a phone.
My mother-in-law did not even know I was making videos up until last year.
Yeah.
That's how I knew people were watching my stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And actually now I have the new iPhone, and like now I'm using my phone to do all my projects now. Just because that's what works for me. That's what works for me. It's my phone. I found out that my phone is what works for me. I have my camera for like portraits and like little like vlogs here and stuff like that, because I do eventually want to start a vlog channel on my YouTube. It's just getting in front of that freaking camera is like nerve wracking.
Because this is different, right?
Yeah, it's a different world. Yeah, it really is.
But like having to talk to the camera, bro, that's the weirdest shit.
Dude, it was so
Hey
weird. Like I
guys,
told
what
my,
are you doing?
I was telling my girlfriend the other day, I was like, how the fuck do people do this? She's like, I don't know. Like it's just like not so natural because me and her watch a lot of like vlogs and stuff like that. Like, dude, how the hell do they do it so natural? Like, what the hell? You know, but yeah, like it started. I started with my phone, you know, literally, and it's crazy because like now that barbers that are starting to get on social media, they don't call me, but they message me, okay, what do you use? And they're so surprised when I tell them my phone, and they're like, you're shitting me, bro. I'm like, no, I'm dead ass serious. I use my phone. Like it's just the lighting, you know. That's literally what it is. It's the freaking lighting that you need to master before you even get a camera, because the camera does nothing more but makes shit harder because it's a freaking camera. You gotta adjust all the settings on it and make sure it's all, you know. The phone is ready to go. Boom, record done. Yeah. You know, that's literally all you gotta do. And it's just crazy the people that the reactions that I get when I tell them, oh, it's my phone. Yeah. And then they pop up this thing. I get that. Yeah. Yes, that is that, you know, and but yeah, man, and like I said before, like I'm not done. There's nowhere near to getting done to where I want to go.
So, the school. What do you want to do? Like, you want to have it? You said you want to have it here in Los Baños.
Yes, I want to open up a barber school here in town. That's my dream, like the end goal. Because I know eventually my hands are gonna start hurting and shit.
So what's the difference between just having a shop and having people teaching people when they come in?
You know what's crazy is that
like, what's the difference between a school and a barber shop?
Miguel actually mentioned it to me. He goes, bro, why not just do classes here? And I was like, oh fuck, I should just start doing that, you know. But I would like to actually like document hours for these kids and actually like help them out with like,
got it.
You know,
be
what I mean?
Professional.
Yeah, you know. But, like I would actually like want kids to have hope for the future for themselves, because I myself know how hard it was to get to school every freaking day, to drive an hour plus to, you know, get to school. And there were some days where I didn't even make it to school just because freaking traffic.
Dude, it's crazy because like my passion is to bring like a fight team here, right? And it's because I would have to drive miles I would have to commute to go train. Mm-hmm. I'd have to go to San Jose. I'd have to go to Gilroy, Merced, go to work in Modesto, then travel to Merced, then come back home
and
to Los Baños.
To do all of that is it drains. It's draining, man.
You're not your best.
No, and it sucks because you really do want to provide the best that you can, and sometimes a simple task like driving can just like, oh fuck, like yeah, here we go. Yeah. You know, I can't tell you how many times I literally did not want to get out of bed going to school, man. Getting up at 7 a.m, and I commuted with people too, so I had to go pick them up and fuck, you know. Yeah. But hey, I did it, and you know, here I am now.
That's fucking badass.
You know. And
then, like, how did you get into powerlifting?
Miguel.
So, what's that dynamic? Like, I know you guys met. I don't know, because of you guys went to high school together.
No, actually, it's just crazy because I used to work in Fireball, and he lives in Fireball.
Yeah. Miguel is the owner of Compound. It's a gym. What would you call it? A powerlifting gym, or just a gym?
The strongest gym in town.
Oh, it's the strongest gym in town.
That's what he
calls it. I'm pretty strong. I don't know.
But
Strike Fitness, guys. Strike Fitness.
But it's crazy because when I got here to town to work, I seen him I literally had that idea in my head. Okay, I need clients. Yeah, let's go to I was already going to the gym here in town, the Finish Republic, and I told myself, I was just walk up to dudes and just say, bro, who cuts your hair? What are they gonna tell you? No, like, okay, move on, you know. You know. So I remember Miguel that day. He was deadlifting, and I tapped him on his shoulder, and he went like this, like hella fast, like who the fuck was that, you know? I was like, over here, dude, over here. He turned over the wrong shoulder. I was like, over here, dude, and I told him, hey, bro, I'm a new barber here in town. I just want to let you know that if you ever need a haircut, slide through. He goes, oh yeah, bro, I'll hit you up, you know. And then finally a week later, he hits me up, and since that day, instant, like we just became friends. It's weird. Now to seeing him every day is like, fuck you, Miguel, you know. But yeah, like he was honestly my first LB client. Yeah, and it's crazy because he was in Fireball when I was working in Fireball, so it could have started sooner. You know what I'm saying? But I met that guy through cutting his hair. Honestly,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
and
and back then I was bodybuilding. I wasn't like into like powerlifting at all. Like I was like dead ass bodybuilding. Like I remember when I started in shape. I actually started with a group of friends, and then it's crazy because I mean we're all dudes, you know. One of my friends actually hopped on steroids, and he offered me it, and I was like, well, shit, I'm down.
You did steroids?
Yeah, I tried steroids.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I tried
How
it.
was that like?
It's all the anger that they say. It's true.
For real?
It's fuck. And I'm not an angry person. I'm really not. Like people say, oh, you look intimidating. No, I'm really not. I'm a very chill guy. I'm really calm. You know.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I was like, man, what the fuck, anger? Pfft, like I got this. You know.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like the anger is like a flip of a switch. Like I'll literally be playing Call of Duty and like, dude, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and then I started breaking out from my back, like pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think I did like a cycle maybe or less.
And like, how did you feel? Like,
Strong.
was it like
Strong as
was
shit.
it like a pre-workout feeling, or
what
was it like?
It was like a like it was weird, like a confidence feeling type thing. Like, oh yeah, I got it. Like it's cool, I got it. You know. And I remember just walk up in there, and I remember like seeing all my veins and stuff, and like being like hell like ripped and stuff. And people would always look at me like, what the fuck? Like, didn't you just start working out? And like they were like just tripping out just because of like how fast I got, like how ripped I got, hella fast, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was fucking steroids. I wouldn't try them again just because like I me personally I didn't like the experience.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And how long were you on them?
I want to say about like a month, maybe a month and a half. And no, man, 1.5 months, man. Trust me.
So you went like, did you record like what you were lifting?
I didn't record anything, honestly.
Nothing?
I didn't, but I did take pictures though. Yeah.
No, I meant like how much you're like writing down how much you were lifting in the beginning, and then how much you were lifting.
No, I didn't write anything down.
No?
I just said, fuck it, let's do it.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't do them again.
No?
No, it's not for me. It's not for me at all.
Like I always wonder when it doesn't come to sports and you start taking steroids, that's like a mental thing, right? Like
Yeah,
you want
it
to
really
look
is.
good.
It really is.
Yeah.
Just because I remember being a size freaking 32 in pants and 190 lean and just being hella ripped and shit. And it really is a mental thing. Like you do feel like bigger in a sense, you know?
Because there's no need for me to like. Yeah, I like being smaller and skinnier. I was 280 at one time, but I just like, cause I just who cares if I look good or not? I just want to feel good. You know?
And it did make me feel good. But honestly, bro, if I'm being 100% real, the reason why I stopped was because I remember this day. The mood swings were just getting too much for me. I was just like, am I really mad about this person cutting me off right now? Like, and I'm just literally going to the gym right now. Can I just chill? And like, I remember telling myself, why am I so freaking mad?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure you know how anger feels. Like, you just like, you know. And I remember that day that I told myself, nope, I'm done. I was at In Shape, and I remember working out, and I was having a dope ass workout, just sweating and just just pumping, you know. And I had to take a shit. I got so mad, bro.
Over having to take a shit?
Over having to take a shit, dog. Like, I dead ass was so pissed. I shook the stalls like how mad I was because I lost my pump.
Yeah.
That's how, that right there. And then I got into my car because I left. That's how mad I was. I left. I looked myself in the mirror. And I was like, are you really mad right now because you fucking had to take a shit? Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. Like, fuck. Like, what the hell?
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
And then I got home that day, and I was so mad that I flushed them down the toilet. The pills. I was like, I'm done.
Oh, so it was pills?
It was pills, yeah. It was
okay.
pills. I had to take them with lactose, with milk.
Did you tell anybody, or did you?
I told my mom. My mom knew about it. Yeah, I didn't want her to be like, "Why the fuck are you so mad?" and like not know why, you know.
Yeah.
So she knew, and my friends knew too.
Yeah.
And then they didn't know I got off of them though. It was weird because they were still taking it, but I stopped. I was like, I can't do this no more. But I didn't tell them I stopped.
So what's your routine now? Like what? So you go from cutting hair to power. How you said 5 days a week you're powerlifting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
so not necessarily powerlifting. Like right now, I was powerlifting 5 days a week. Now I'm just like working out like the way I'm used to now. Like I'm still trying to maintain strength, but I did that power meet. I'm not sure if you see.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, I was when I was doing that, I was training 5 days a week.
Bro, every time I see those videos, I could do that, and then I go lift weights and like fuck that. I'll just hit pads. Like I don't want to.
No, I mean I get it though. Like I mean you're a fighter, and like to fight for like a minute Dude. Because I remember in high school, I used to wrestle in high school.
Yeah.
And I remember being in that freaking room where they would train us and whatever.
It's different, right?
It's different, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. But I lost so much weight.
Yeah.
That's honestly where I started too. My weight loss was with wrestling.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I mean, of course I didn't know that, but like that's probably a big reason.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a reason why you have this work ethic,
And I remember, like, I didn't want my my coach, Limos, to call me a pussy in front of everybody. So I was like, okay, I need to, like, not. Because, like, he was one of those guys where, like, oh, man, like, if you don't fucking do this, you're a pussy, you know?
Yeah.
And he would embarrass you, you know? So I was like, nah, I need to at least stick this out, at least until the end of the year, and I'll be cool. And then sophomore year came around. He's like, hey, Silva, are you going to do it? And I'm like, no. He's like, you fucking pussy. And I started laughing. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to. I'm good. I don't need to. But
so what's your routine like? What you go from cutting hair and
so
lifting?
now, I wake up in the morning. I'm at the gym by like 8 to like 9:30, 10. I go home, shower, come back from 11 to like 8. I'm cutting hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how busy the week is too.
So it's just lifting once, and do you do any cardio?
Yeah, I do 5 minutes of cardio.
5 minutes of cardio. What the fuck?
Well,
what is that?
high intensity on the Stairmaster.
Bro, I wish I could do 5 minutes of cardio.
Well, dude, it's crazy because like I'll get on the Stairmaster, bro. I'll get on the Stairmaster and I'm just gassed out. But like 2 minutes, I'm just like, you know, I'm like, fuck you, Miguel. You freaking got me into this powerlifting. I can't do no more than 5 minutes of freaking cardio, and I'm gassed, you know. Yeah. And
the best that like when I feel good is when I'm running 6 days a week.
Nice.
Like if I'm running right now, I'm trying to, but I'm not getting there 6 days a week. But 6 days a week, if I'm doing 30 minutes a day or 3 miles a day, like that's when I feel my best. It's not the hitting the pads or how much I can lift. Yeah. For some reason, when I could run every day, that my body feels fucking excellent.
You know what's weird too is that whenever I do cardio, I feel like I could breathe better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your lungs are getting stronger, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, there has to be some kind of like scientific thing to this. Like I think I might have to do more cardio.
Yeah. Like you feel good, you feel strong, right? Like, but when I get older, I think I'm just gonna. I want to go into like marathons and stuff.
Nice.
There's this guy. I posted him a few times. He's 48. He calls his Instagram handles the Red Samurai.
I think I've seen that episode.
I didn't have him on yet. I didn't have. No, okay. I haven't had him on yet. But he's 48 years old. Just did a 100-mile.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, 100 miles?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
He used to be in a punk band, and he went from living that life to just changing it, going through martial arts, and just going doing 100-milers.
Oh shit.
Marathons, 100-milers.
And that punk lifestyle, I mean, I could just imagine.
Yeah.
I've seen it in movies, you know. You know.
But no matter what you're doing, like working out is like the most important thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like how many out of shape barbers are there?
Tons. I mean, I don't want to like put them out there, but there's tons of, and it's crazy because like a lot of barbers like they tell me, oh, bro, you work out, and I'm like, yeah, I have to. Like I'm not trying to go back to a size 46 in pants, bro. Fuck that.
And then that schedule of like the grinding, it's hard when you're just out of shape.
And it's crazy because like I'll tell barbers, oh, I'll go to the gym, and they're like, well, instead of going to the gym, wouldn't you want to get more people in? I'm like, yeah, but like I also want to feel good while I'm cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I don't work out, I feel gross. I feel like I need to do something. You know, I need to work out. You know, and it helps. Trust me, bro. It helps having a personal trainer as a girlfriend. Honestly.
Oh yeah. So Alyssa's your girlfriend. She's a personal trainer at the compound.
Yes.
And she does powerlifting too, right?
Oh yeah, she's freaking strong.
Yeah, I seen her. I think she was doing deadlift on the video.
Yeah, dude, yeah. And it's crazy because like what ignited another more motivation for myself was that she was like 50 pounds away from my squat, bro. Like I was like I told Miguel, I was like, bro, like she's almost as strong as me, dude. Like
that sucks.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm proud of her because like I remember when I met her, she wasn't really like into weightlifting. You know, she was cardio and like aerobics and stuff like that. Until I pushed her to go into the weight because she's like, I'm scared of the weight. No, let's go. Like you're with me now. Like don't worry about it. You're fine. You know, and that's what kind of I started the whole weightlifting and the whole powerlifting thing.
Yeah.
You know,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, dude, she was 50 pounds away from my squat, dude. That's crazy.
But being strong, and lifting or just doing like trying to get strong, right, is super important because I start seeing like Mexican families. Like I'm Mexican,
Yeah, so
and like rice and burritos and tacos and tortillas and all this stuff. Like you look around, you look around you at your uncles and your aunts and your family, bro.
And they're
like,
all bigger.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm not talking shit. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It just sucks that they didn't want to make that life choice to like eat better and to like, you know what I'm saying? And like I have an aunt that her appendix ruptured recently because she wouldn't drink water.
Yeah.
She wouldn't drink a lot of water, and it ruptured because of like all much sugar she was intaking. Yeah, dude, and it ripped twice. It's crazy because she got surgery, and then again, like the stitching came out because of how big she was, and it ripped again. So it got severe the second time because the bacteria that was around the scar went inside her blood. So it was bad, bro. Like it was bad.
See, I'm tired of, because growing up it was like, let's not talk about weight.
Dude, right?
They got diabetes, but let's not talk about weight. And I'm not trying to talk bad about my family. It's just I'm tired of saying that it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's not okay. It sucks. And it sucks because like my brother, my younger brother, he was chubby like me.
Yeah.
And he started weightlifting when I started weightlifting. Well, not necessarily. I think it started after, like 2 years after when I started it.
Yeah.
And like now, man, like I forgot how much weight he lost, but like now he's at 180. He's chiseled, freaking, buff. He has big old legs now. And and for my dad's birthday recently, we went over there to have dinner, and this fool brings his scale, weighs out his food, and everyone was talking smack to him, bro. And I'm like, why are you? I told
That's
my dad,
discipline, bro.
I told my dad, I was like, you guys should be doing that. and he looked at me, he goes, I'm not gonna do that. Like, well, I'm like, dude, he's in a calorie deficit. He's like, what's that? I'm like, Dad, you have to intake less calories to lose weight. And he's like, what is that? And I'm like, you gotta stop eating so much. Like,
yeah.
And it's crazy because like everybody was just talking smack about my brother. I was like, you guys need to leave him alone. Like this makes him feel good. Stop. Like he's actually trying to like look good and actually feel good about himself.
But it's not even about trying to be like a good athlete or just being chiseled or being like hella in shape. It's about like not giving up. Like once you give up and just say like,
let yourself go.
Because I have bad habits. Like
yeah.
I'll eat like crazy, and there'll be days when I'm just like, God damn it, dude. I'll turn into a gremlin at night. My wife gets pissed off all the time. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? And like she'll come downstairs. She's like, where's this? Where's that? It's like, oh, I ate it last night. And
I'm the same way, bro. Except I'm at nighttime is when I shut down. Like I once 10 o'clock hits, I'm just like I'm not a nocturnal person at all. Like I'm a morning person for sure. Like I'm up at 7 in the morning every day, and like no matter what my alarm is, 7 in the morning is when I wake up.
Yeah.
And I'm out there with my dogs in the morning in the back drinking my coffee. And my girlfriend's like, why are you up this early? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just up, And obviously I'm up doing stuff. I'm cooking and stuff. She's like, where's this at? And I'm like, I ate it. Sorry, dude. And Miguel actually has a meal preps now. So she brings home these freaking bomb ass carb friendly cupcakes. They have protein in them.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro! I knocked out a whole tray. And she's like, "Where's my cupcakes at?" I'm like, "Shit, they're gone, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Because it's not like we don't deal with the bad habits or like trying to like, oh, I want to go get McDonald's. It's not like people like really in shape people don't deal with that. They deal with that, but it's like they don't give up. They don't give up. They don't give up. It's the fact that when you sit down and say, hey, I'm not going to work out today. I'm just going to eat like shit and just eat fast food every day and just be here.
And don't get me wrong, there's days where I'll give myself that benefit, right? Like, okay, today I'll have McDonald's. I haven't had that in a while. Let's have because my thing, I love McDonald's too. Like I love the fries. You can't go wrong with the fries, So every now and then I'll have a cheat day, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I try to, drink a lot of water, and I try to eat well because, well, I'm not trying to look, I'm not trying to like, I'm trying to fit in my jeans and feel good,
Yeah.
And it does help having a personal trainer as a girlfriend because she snaps me back into shape whenever I need that.
Yeah. just don't. It's just not giving up, man.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Consistency for sure beats talent. I feel in a sense.
Yeah.
In a sense, obviously
Yeah.
not, but like in a sense.
No,
you
it
know?
is.
Because like even the talented could be lazy as shit and not use their talent, right? But like a person that's working hard and not talented in that aspect can still outwork that person because they're on it every day. They're eating their macros. They're getting up in the morning. They're trying to be better than what they were yesterday. You know.
And how many barbers have you seen start being a barber, cutting hair, and then how many have you seen come, and how many have you seen go? Like they just stop cutting hair.
Quite a few. I mean,
Yeah.
like there's a lot of barbers out there that are cutting hair, but they just don't post it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, and you can just tell right off the bat what they're about by going on their Instagram. I mean, it sucks to say, but it really is. Like you could look up a barber nowadays and look at their Instagram. If their whole page is based off partying and no haircuts, well, you kind of understand what that barber's about.
Yeah.
You know, well, opposed to the barbers that are posting their haircuts every day. They're posting themselves, their schedule, posting videos every day, or promoting themselves and their business. You know, they stand out. You can definitely pinpoint those barbers. You know, and I want to say it's really rare to find those type of barbers because a lot of them try to belittle each other, and it sucks because. I mean, like I said before, I'm in this game of competition. Oh, I'm better than this guy. I'm better than this guy. But it's not about that.
Yeah.
It really isn't, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I always try to tell you as barbers, I'm like, stop trying to impress people or barbers you don't even like. Like that's not the point of this. The point of this is you trying to get ahead for your future, for your family. Because I told you, I'm eventually you're gonna meet a girl, or you know, if it's a girl barber, you're eventually gonna meet a guy. You're gonna want a family, etc. What are you going to, you know, have to offer if you're just partying every day and not managing your money?
What is partying?
I don't know, going to Spino's every day, every other day.
Oh, partying.
Yeah,
I thought
sorry.
you meant partying.
No,
partying.
no, my bad. It's because I have a lisp.
That's all right. Sorry. It's
It's because
I don't.
well, it's
party.
because I have a lisp because of
Yeah.
when I was 13, I got into this serious bike accident.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I lost my front teeth and I had road rash and. Yeah, it was bad. It was
God
bad.
damn.
Yeah.
You don't stop coming back from shit, huh?
No. I refuse, man. Like
Yeah.
I just don't. I like to brand myself as like an underdog because I feel like no matter what life throws at me, I try to find the solution to that in a sense. And I feel like you can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know, you have problems, you find solutions to them. You know,
Yeah.
and like, I refuse to
Just give up.
Give up.
Hell yeah.
Like I refuse that. Like that's not what I'm about, and I'm not about to do it today or tomorrow. You know, my aunt taught me this saying, and it engraved in my head before she passed away. I'm here today and gone the next.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's true. She was here and she was gone the next.
Yeah.
You know, and I hold that to myself to an accountability to in the sense of like, okay, like, do I want people to remember me? I mean, as a barber that was trying to belittle other barbers, or do you want that barber that was trying to get everyone together and trying to like go far together? You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I want. You know, like I have it in my head that I'm not gonna be here forever, and I know that. You know, so I want to pass that torch down eventually, and that's why I want to open up a school. You know, because I know that one day, you know, life's gonna end. You know, for me or for whoever. You know. So I want people to remember me as that barber that was like, oh shit, because of Pac, you know, I'm here. You know, because of Pac, you know, I learned this and I learned this and this and this. You know.
Fuck yeah.
You
We'll end it on that, dude. That's awesome. Where can people find you? Like for Instagram,
on my Instagram, Barber Paco. It's Barber PV because Barber Paco was taken already. It was taken already, and there's a link in my bio if they want a haircut. Just click that link, and just look through my times that I have available, and that's it.
Are you on Facebook? Anything?
Yeah, Paco Silva.
Paco Silva.
Yeah,
Okay.
on
Yeah, guys. I don't know. He's perfect for this podcast. He's exactly what I thought and more, right? Your story. It's awesome. Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
I appreciate it. I got to find more people like you in Los Baños because your mindset's awesome. So thank you guys for listening. You guys, if you guys listen to this far, give them a follow. Thank you for listening. If you like the episode, share, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Comment below if you like it. I don't know. I guess I have to start doing that.
I might like comment back.
All right, guys. Love y'all. Peace.